if anybody wants to challenge me on which is quicker, this or that, I've got, I'll bet 10,000 the snap is quicker to the ball than the other. Any takers? Post your money. Okay, the blue PVC pole drill. You set a ball on a tee, probably a wiffle ball or a smush ball, not a baseball, because you're going to hit it with the pole. Okay? You stand here, my pole is resting on my shoulder, and my knob is lined up right with the ball, and I'm going to snap my hands to get the knob into this pole to hit the ball straight forward. If my body rotates, I'll hit the ball over there. I don't want that. This drill is to establish the hand pivot point. Okay? I'm doing this. This is all I'm doing to hit the imaginary ball off that tee. And I'm doing it perpendicular to this forearm. I'm resting it on my shoulder so I have a little support there. And I'm just snapping it straight toward the camera. Okay? This is the launch of the swing. Okay? The young man had a lot of this going on, but he still hadn't launched the swing. And then he launched it. So his body turned and then he snapped. If we do it at the same time, we get tremendous quickness. Okay? Snap it and turn it at the same time. So the first part of this drill is to snap it off with the knob end. And then the second part is to move back from the ball so that the knob end misses that ball, but you do the same thing and you turn your body and the barrel comes right through the ball. Okay? We end up with a very true swing plane. The knob goes through, the barrel will come right to it. If the knob goes through, the barrel will come right to it. If the tee was high and the knob goes through it, the barrel will come right to it. At this height, it's the same thing. I turn the knob through the ball, and as I do that, I turn my body, actually tilt my torso, my leg turns, the barrel goes right through the ball. If it's as low as it can be, and outside, same thing, turn the knob through the ball, and the barrel will come through the ball. Okay? This is the hand pivot work that young man has to have. He's got to get that move, this move here, instant, sudden, all in, complete. Add that to what he's done with his rear leg, and the barrel gets the contact very, very fast. All right, let me go through and see what questions I've missed. On the forward move, it is technically a weight shift, but it is held against the fused rear leg. Is that correct? Okay. Distinction needs to be made between a forward move and a weight shift. Nothing wrong with moving forward, as long as you do it right, as long as you can go forward and don't shift the weight. So the weight shift is when the weight shifts from the back leg to the front leg. So here, I'm going forward correctly the whole time until the very end when I had to put my foot down. I'm going forward, but my weight is still back here. Okay, this whole time I'm going forward, but my weight's back there. Now, and to do that, I have to coil the whole time I'm going forward to keep that weight back. Okay, just a standard forward move without weight shift would be this. The whole time I'm going forward, my weight is shifting. If I coil as I do that, I can keep the weight back here. So this is one thing that most people in Major League Baseball have no clue. Most of them want you to get a good forward move to swing. And when you get a good forward move without the coil, without the pullback, without the stretch, you're very slow. They're good athletes, so some of them can get by with it for a while. But the technique is very slow and it's very pushy. Okay? We have to keep the rear leg torsion. When I coil like this, my leg is twisted. It's got a torsion-like load on it. I need that torsion at launch. So here's the torsion. I've got it, I've got it, I've got it, I've got it, I've got it. And when I tilt, the torsion unwinds. But if I've got the torsion and don't continue to pull back as I go forward, when my foot comes down, I don't have the torsion anymore. There's nothing to unwind. All I can do is push, okay? So the last day of spring training in 2017, before Aaron broke out and had his great season, I asked him to swing before the foot comes down. He was already doing it, but I had never said those words to him before. And so he started concentrating on it, getting his coil, his torsion, his corner, and making sure the swing put the foot down, making sure that he didn't put the foot down and then swing. And he started crushing balls, and he finally looked at me and said, "Why does this work? My whole life I've been taught 50-50, 60-40, get the foot down, swing." Here's why it works. You can't have a weighted front leg and a torsioned rear leg. Fact, you can't. I mean, okay, here's torsion and weight my front leg. Okay, maybe I can do it, but I can't hit like this, okay? You can't have the torsion and the weight on the front leg and hit. As soon as I shift weight to this front leg, the torsion leaves the rear leg. So what I teach is the corner, the coil. We want that torsion at launch. So if we hold this foot off the ground as we go forward, we are going forward, but we're not shifting our weight. Okay? I'm going forward slowly, okay? But I'm going forward, but I'm not letting that foot come down, and I can maintain the torsion, and I get the explosion I need at launch. Okay? Weight shift versus forward momentum. Okay, Walter wants me to analyze Acuna. I'll get that ready for next week. People don't understand, most people, and the kids seem to fight it a little bit. They don't understand this move here, probably because they don't understand how that's going to hit the ball. Okay? How are you going to hit the ball that's over there doing this? And I know it looks funny, sounds funny, but it's actually the genius of the high-level pattern swing. Because it's the quickness. First of all, you can do this way quicker than you can push your barrel. No, you shouldn't even dispute that. There's no question that I can do this faster than I can move the barrel. All right. Now I've got to explain to you how this will hit the ball. I know you know how this hits the ball, but I got to explain to you how that hits the ball. So from my handset, when I do that same move, my barrel ends up pointed at the catcher. Okay, that's all I have to do is get this knob up, which gets the barrel pointed at the catcher. That's all I got to do with my hands. Okay, and when I have the torsion leg that I just talked about, and I do that and I tilt my torso at the same time I snap my hands, watch where the barrel goes. It goes right to contact. So two things are happening. This and that are happening at the same time. And if anybody wants to challenge me on which is quicker, this or that, I've got, I'll bet 10,000 the snap is quicker to the ball than the other. Any takers? Post your money. His weight shift was way better, Ivan. He stayed back on his back leg. He pivoted. His leg was pivoting properly, but the barrel was dragging. He didn't do anything to his hands, with his hands.